Hey everyone, welcome back to Restorations. I would first like to thank everyone who viewed the framed Butcherblock table, a video that we just put out. I got a lot of comments from family and friends and neighbors at how well that table turned out. But I got a problem. Let me show you what the problem is. That's the problem. I cut entirely too much wood. I filled up both sides of the Butcherblock table, and I'm left with all this nice processed, if you will, milled lumber. And I don't know what to do with it. Or do I? I need end tables for my family room. Let's get to it.
far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
All right, now we've built our base, which is basically 1.5 inches tall. And what I decided to do is we could have just built a square base, put the top on it, and it would have just been just fine. But I decided, since I had some of that 9-inch board left over, that I was going to do something a little different with the base. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this 9-inch board, which we've already got in half. We already cut it at 45-degree angles. Now, in hindsight, I should have cut it at 22.5-inch angles, because I should have cut the base at 2 inches, because this is actually, when you cut it that way, it's about 2 inches deep. But once I tested it out and looked at it, I kind of liked the way it looked, so we're going to go with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this big 9-inch board, and we're going to set it here, and on the back side, we're going to take this board and set it here, like so. And that's level as level can get. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put another board on this side, connecting this way, and being level with that part, and that's going to make the whole table level. Now this gives the table a height of 22.5 inches, and then what we're going to do is then put the 1.5-inch thick tabletop on top, but we're actually going to add a 1/2-inch board going across the board to give it more stability. So that's going to be attached to the top of this board. So bear with me, we're going to get this together. All right, now as you can see, we got the bases together. I got this little X design that I have come here created, and as you see, we got both bases set up the same. We have the cross beams here at the top that'll be able to allow us to attach to the bottom side of the Butcherblock tops, and also help keep it level and sturdy against the base. And as you can see, we did a good balancing job here, because that is right in the middle. So now we just got to go on ahead here and do some finishing touches here to the base itself. Do a little fill in, because we just didn't do pocket screws on this. We just screwed it in regular, so we're going to fill it in, because the base is going to be black everywhere except this board here. What I'm going to do, my base for my current coffee table is black, so this whole base is going to be black, but this piece here and the top are going to be golden oak, so we're going to have a little contrast. And this is going to be the front side, and just the same as the other one here. So let's continue and let's get it. As you can see, we're getting ready to start working on the butcher board tops. The bottoms are already sitting over to the side. They're curing up with all the gluing and everything we're doing, but now it's time to work on these. And as you can see, we have some filler here that's red oak from Elmer's. And you may say, well, why are you doing red oak with the Butcherblock and you're not going to use red oak stain? Actually, this blends very good, because I'm using all the different variations of wood, that once it's sanded down, and it's just the little seams that actually gives it a little bit of a pop to it, you know, a little color. So it's not always that you got to use a neutral wood filler. Sometimes you can just use something natural or something a little off, and it will actually give it a little bit more color. Now, one of the things I wanted to say is, like, on the table, the Butcherblock table that on the previous video that I built, I wanted the table to have character. I didn't want it to be all silky smooth. I wanted to show ridges and bumps. Otherwise, I would have ran everything through the planer. What I wanted it to have is some character. So you can rub your fingers across the table. You can feel the character in the wood. You can see some of the blade, table saw blade striations in the wood. I was going for that look because I wanted to have that kind of a rustic look, not so well polished. But most of the time, if you're doing something like this for a customer, yeah, I would have done it in sections of 12.5 inches, ran it through the planer, got it nice and smooth, got all the striations and everything out, and would have made it beautiful for the customer. But I did that table the way I wanted it. Now for this, I do want it a little bit smoother than I did the other table. So I'm going to do a little bit more step process. Since I didn't do it in sections of 12, I'm going to use my belt sander as like a planer, because it works like a planer depending on what you're using. And I'm going to use a 50 grit sandpaper on it, and I'm going to do straight passes, just like I would use if I was using an electric planer, and just move it to the next section. And I'm going to do straight passes to straighten out and smooth out and pull out some of those marks from the saw blades and all that good stuff. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to follow it up with 60 grit sandpaper with my palm sander here to get any other striations and everything out. Then we're going to follow up with a 180 grit sand. Then we're going to follow up with a 240 grit sand. And by the time we do all that sand, this is going to be nice and pretty. Now, for the outside, which is the end grain, we're going to sand those areas down, but we got a cap that we're going to put over it and brad nail it in, glue it and brad nail it in on both sides, and then we're going to sand it down and clean it up as well. So once these two bases are done, the tops are done, then we're going to do and sand the bases, and then we're going to paint. Then we're going to go ahead and finish this bad boy. So let's continue on this journey. These end tables have turned out absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. The different colors and sizes of wood, colorizations of wood, the knots that are in it. It just brings character out in this table. I'm telling you, I'm loving this, And then, even with the base, I did the contrast with the high gloss back paint. And then also stain the front piece just to give it a little character. It is looking exquisite. And it's time to get these bad boys in the house. So, see you in a second. Now, I don't know about you, but that end table looks absolutely gorgeous right there. Totally blends in with the decor and everything. And as we pan to go look at the other one, look at that. Perfect on each side of my couch. Ouch. And look at this accent. I like the accent in the front. See that looks absolutely, that's my favorite word, exquisite. So I thank you all for watching this video. I hope that you liked the content, that you got some tips. If you have any comments, please comment on this video. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, because we are a growing channel. We much appreciate your support. So thank you all, and have a great day, and see you on the next video.